Everybody checking in, how you checking in? You already know what it is. BIGGDOGG, Chico to the scene, the place to be. Coming to you live and in effect, back like vertebrae, as I like to say. We got some news to talk about, although I'm just going to be talking to you guys today, unlike usual. But some of the things that we will be going over are as such. Yes, we have the news. Another Colorado Buffalo has entered the transfer portal. We have news on Shilo, Shedeur, and Travis. Also, Shilo opting into the game. Make sure y'all stay tuned for Buffum updates and join the conversation. But speaking of that, make sure you go onto the page, go onto the channel on YouTube where you can find the upcoming shows that'll be coming out. You can find those on the channel now. If you were to go there, you can go ahead and log on so you don't miss them when they do drop. As I try to pull it up here, so you don't miss them as they do drop. Here you go. Let's see. So this is going to be one of those shows where, damn, Big Dog on here talking to you guys, letting y'all know this, letting y'all know that. But it's just a conversation, you know? So I can show you this. Get in the comments also. Let me show you. Let me put this up on the screen right quick so it can be on here with me. GP, are you with me? All right. Yeah, so you can go onto the channel. And as you go on to the channel, you will see if you go to the live section, bam, right there, you should see the upcoming shows. All right, that I would like to give you a quick little preview on. Check out the all new Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz. The notification bell, hit it right there. You can go ahead and join it so that you don't be one of the guys or people or persons that miss out when it does come. That's be live in 5 days. But I have an interview with Coach Riz dropping tomorrow on this very show right here, the Big Dog Chico Show. So be ready for that. All right. I got some questions in the chat I'll be getting to in 1 second. Also, the super chats coming through. I would definitely be reading all super chats. So be ready for this one right here. Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz. You know, Coach Riz on his channel does the recruiting 101, the tips and the trades and all these things for advice for parents, coaches, and players and fans. Super recruiter brought over from FAMU by Coach Prime. He is a part of the Colorado Buffaloes coaching staff, but we're doing Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz for all recruits out there, no matter what school you're trying to go to, looking to go to, or I think is best for you, whether it's CU or another school. Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz. Once again, that'll be going down. First show is on Wednesday, as you can see right there. You can go ahead and opt in and be one of the first ones to do so. March the 13th at 1 p.m. That's my time. 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, and what is that? Or actually 6 p.m. Eastern Time, I think it is. All right, so check your local cable networks, like back in the day they used to say. But yeah, go onto the channel and check out the new shows coming up. Also, we're bringing back to you Dog and Dave, Dog and Dave, Colorado Buffs winter recap, the winter recap. Notify me, click that notification button right there, and you'll be getting the show when it comes on, going live in 4 days, March the 12th at 1 p.m. Hawaii Standard Time. That'll be 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. Check it out, become a part of the show, and log in. All right, Dog and Dave. Let me know what y'all think about the shows coming up. Dog and Dave, Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz. Then also, of course, we got a favorite of you guys, Buffum Updates with Adam and Chico. I guess all of them got their own little jingle, right? Buffum Updates. Got the Dog and Dave. Got to get one. Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz. Got to get a little jingle for that. But we got the Buffum Updates with Adam and Chico, episode 6 coming out. Make sure you guys be ready for that in 3 days, live in 3 days, live from Bedford Stuyvesant. March the 11th. That's Monday, 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Where you at though? Where you at though? Oh, now let me get to my comments right quick. All my people out there in the chat. Oh, now Warren Loans up in here first. Jermaine Young. Oh, now Shirley Kimball. Yes, indeed. Janelle Ford. You already know. Warren Loans from Chicago. Let me know where y'all checking in from. I don't see too many cities and states in there and countries because we got Jermaine Young said yes. Bailey's out of there. Bahamas baby. We up in here. BS baby. Tyree Harris said big dog. Yes, indeed. Make sure you put the double G's on that thing. Jamie and Blackman. I've been hearing a lot of mixed players on O-line, but the only one that's consistent is Jordan Seaton at left tackle. What do you think? I can give you mine. I've done it many other time on my live stream. I've seen other people, I guess they've been going out doing theirs, their projected lineups and stuff. Good thing for them. I've been dropped mine, but I can give you mine at the top of my head. Just let me know. Remind me to give you my start lineups. Or actually, should I do it? I think it's way too early to do a starting lineup, actually. But it's just all projections of what we think. But it's no shade or hate. Got to put my Vaseline on my lip like Ocho do, or like Shannon Sharp and Ocho, Onk and Ocho do in the middle of the show, just like this right here, Nightcap Live. But yeah, I could give you mine. Heard about Bailey bouncing? Yep. Who else from the O-line could leave? We've already had, 3 starters leave? That's Bailey, Van Bam Wells, and Big Tank Dog on the left side. He's already gone. Who else could leave? I'm not sure. Memphis 10, Landon Beebe graduated, and Jack Wiltie left also. Memphis 10 in the building. Dallas, Texas, Tremaine Young, Maryland in the building, should I say, Mr. LJ. The Gump in here, Montgomery, Alabama, 334. Salute, Big Dog. Go Duke. Blue Devil G up in here. FLA. Wise Cordero Russell still in Texas, Chico. I think he's finishing out classes or something like that. You know, we'll see. Big Bam should have stayed. Hit the like button. Hello, Big Dog Chico checking in from Maryland. Okay. R. Crowley, 25. All right, so let me get back to this real quick because, like I said, I'm here to talk to you guys. Let me know what y'all want to talk about, chat about in the comments. But I do have some updates. So just make sure you go on the channel, be a part of these shows that's coming up. Recruiting Biz with Coach Riz and Big Dog Chico. Dog and Dave coming back up next week. And then top of the week on Monday, you got the Buffum updates. And right now you're listening in to the Big Dog Chico Show, the BIGGDOGG, Chico to the scene, a place to be, coming at you live and in effect, internationally and nationally known. You better believe it. Yes, indeed it. Shouts out to Jacob Palit. Check out the interview I did with him. Let me know what y'all think about that after he gave you guys the real reason why he's entering the transfer portal. Y'all can click on that and find out why. If you already watched it, let me know in the comments and what y'all thought about that. As we moving right along. Moving right along now, boy. Buffum updates. Don't forget about that. All right. So we'll get right to it, I guess. Colorado Buffs guard Jack Bailey enters the transfer portal. All right. We're going to go over the rosters also as of right now for the Colorado Buffaloes. As I'm going to transition and bring to you guys the Jack Bailey story right here, as the big fella came over from Kent State. He's going to be dipping out. Where's let me see if I can find my story right there. Let me see. I want that one right there. So yeah, CU Buffs football old lineman Jack Bailey enters the transfer portal officially. He spent 1 season with the Colorado Buffaloes and has 1 year of eligibility remaining for Big Jack. Of course, we saw Big Jack Wiltie enter, but this is Big Jack Bailey after transfer from Kent State a year ago. Bailey started all 12 games at left guard for the Buffs last season. 6'3", 280-pound Bailey started his last 18 games at Kent State before coming to Colorado. Bailey he was in his third offensive uh, season. But listen, he came over, of course, with who? Big Coach OB. He was one of the starters from Kent State, one of the highest graded starters from Kent State, along with Savion Washington, who came over. But it didn't pan out as much that way throughout the whole season for the entire offensive line. But Jack did the best, did his thing on that offensive line. Like I said, starting all the games at the left guard position. But he becomes the third offensive line starter from the 2022 class season, 2023 season, should I say, joining left tackle Big Tank, and then the center Van Wales, who both went to Oregon State over the winter. And also backups Jeremiah McCrimmon, who y'all saw on here on Quick Hits. Check him out. And Big Jack Wilty also entered the portal, while part-time right guard starter Landon Beebe graduated. Right. So I can read some of this for you guys that came over from the Buff Zone. Shout out to Big Brian Howell, who put this on the website. Y'all can check this out. He said, CU and head coach Deion Sanders have revamped their offensive line this offseason, which likely would have left Bailey on the outside of the starting lineup, according to Howell. The Buffs have added 5 experienced FBS starters as transfers: Khalil Benson from Indiana, Philip Houston from Florida International, Tyler Johnson from Houston, Justin Mayers from UTEP, and Yakiri Walker from Connecticut. They all signed the number one, and then they also signed the number one high school offensive line recruit in the country, and that is Big Jordan Seaton. So a revamped offensive line with some guys who definitely have pro grades and who have been starters at the previous schools are now on this offensive line. And it looked like Big Jack Bailey would have had an uphill battle to get in that starting lineup. So I think he's doing the best thing for himself in his football career to get on, try to get back onto the field somewhere else to put out better film on himself, kind of reflect what he did at Kent State and see what happened. So yeah, Oregon State picked up Van Bam Wells and Big Tank, and we'll see where Big Jack Bailey goes. Y'all let me know in the comments where y'all think he might end up at. Will it be San Diego State with his former offensive line coach and head coach Sean Lewis and Coach Bill O'Boyle? Will it be at Oregon State, who's already picked up 2 starters from us in the past? Could he become a Beaver, or could he go to another school, maybe a lower level, mid-level school, I guess, to get on the field right now? We'll see what's going on. But let me look in the comments what you guys are saying. Pun the comments. All right. My dog Rosecrans Bory out there in LA. Let me see what he said. I haven't read it yet. I'm going to look at it and see what he said. Now he said, hit the like button, share the live. Okay, all right. I appreciate that, Rosecrans. I thought it was going to be like hit the bright button and bear the bribe, Hello, Big Dog Chico, checking in from Maryland once again. Chico, we already know our strength of the team. Can you discuss a few of our weak areas and what can we do to improve? I'm going to start this and make sure I get back to that question right there from Tremaine Young. Brian Barberry said, I don't think Comarney is going to start. I think McKinney going to be opposite of 12. What do you think? Bam, put that on the star. I'll make sure I get back to that one. Bailey was too small, Tremaine Young said. Lacked explosiveness, could not move his defender out of those A gaps. B gap did not have the strength to take on multiple defenders that oftentimes got drove back to the QB, Tremaine Young said. It's a different story this year. I think Oregon is quietly trying to get Comarney. Nah, that'll be tampering. They can't do that. Bailey, we wish you well, Tremaine said. Hit the like button, Tremaine said. Bill O'Boyle at Northwestern. Okay. Oh, he didn't go with Sean at San Diego State. Well, wherever he is, much love to Coach Bill O'Boyle. We need another tackle for right tackle. I watched Benson film and wasn't impressed. Okay, Quiz. All right. 800 plus snaps. Only 1 sack given up, according to the snaps. The PFF stats, I think, grading system. We need another right tackle. They said, we'll see. I like Big Benson. Mia said Bailey finally saw the writing on the wall. Good morning. Eat some grits and PB&J before. Exactly. He'll put on some weight, baby. 33 pressures allowed, though. Okay, good. Hey, good point right there, Quez. Good point right there. We'll see what happens this year. See if he get in that weight room, get a lot stronger, understand his offense a lot better. But he will have to compete at that right tackle spot with Big Savion Washington. So that's the news right there for one piece of news right there coming from that offensive line, and that's Big Jack Bailey headed out. All right. Let me know what y'all think on that also. I think I'll get to the rosters in a minute after I go ahead and report the news that I'm sure everybody saw if they're following on Instagram. Yes. The Headache Gang CEO, Big 2-1, ShiloSanders. Why didn't I insert my clip that I got of Shilo exclusively on the sideline right here? I don't know, man. But he has opted into the game, joining Travis Hunter, who has already opted in. I guess I can go ahead and let you guys know officially that Colorado's ShiloSanders, of course, Coach Prime's son, opts into EA Sports College Football 25. The Colorado Buffs defensive back has signed an NIL deal with EA Sports in advance of the company's summer release of College Football 25, joining a host of other high-profile college football players who have made similar agreements. Shilo said, working with the NIL marketplace open doors. The college football video game franchise is signing side NIL deals with some of the sport's top athletes to promote the game. Those deals are not 600. Rather, each agreement is different and based on the athlete's NIL value. I like that. I like that. So that's saying that they're not just signing on for the 600. They're saying, dog, listen, I got value in myself and I know this. So I'm not just gonna take the 600. I'm gonna sign on probably what's his name? Arch Manning. Probably what he's kind of doing in a sense, because they're saying he's not gonna opt in. So you have a guy like Shilo who has NIL value, one of the highest, and he says, why should I just opt in and take $600? Dog, that's Nathaniel to me. Why should I just opt in when I can, basically do an NIL deal with you guys? And he's not the only one, of course. I'm sure Shedeur is doing it, Travis is doing it, and other high-profile athletes are doing it, right? So basically, it says those deals are not $600. Rather, each agreement is different and based on the athlete's NIL value. Basically, a negotiated marketing deal. A source has told On3 that a list of 100 priority athletes has been pieced together the last few weeks ahead of Thursday's announcement. Makes a lot of sense, right? So if I have any product, let alone a video game that's featuring these guys, then I'm going to do an NIL deal to have them promote it on their sites and on their social media. But that costs. I can't just pay them $600 and say, you got millions of followers or thousands of followers. I can't pay you $600 and say you to promote it. No, dog, that's a whole separate deal. Okay, you can pay me $600. I'll take $600 to be on your game, but I'm gonna take it's gonna cost you $100,000 for me to post and say that I'm actually in the game. And the post and say that the game is coming out this day. Every post y'all want, every ambassador type deal y'all want, is gonna cost you, dog. So that's how you get around that. That's how you get around that. I really like that. All right. I'll get to y'all questions. Make sure you hit the super chat if you want to make sure your question get featured and read. But I really like that situation for Shilo. Other players who have made these agreements include Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe, Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers, and Sanders teammate wide receiver defensive back Travis Hunter. Of course, athletes who do not fall into the aforementioned priority category can be still picked by EA Sports to have their NIL featured in the game. So they may have an NIL type deal in the game. Oh, that'll be cold blooded. That'll be cold blooded if they can feature and players in the game, like you play the career mode or something like that, and you can go and be like, okay, I want to get an NIL deal. But they do have real NIL deals in there, like Shedeur Sanders really got a Beats by Dre or Gatorade deal that they put into the game, incorporate into the game. Now, man, this is going to be a big money situation, which is why I'm glad we saw the clip of Coach Prime saying what he said. What he said, EA Sports, dog, we do business. And I wish he would have put the dog on the end and said, we do business, dog. But he did say, let me put it on here because I think I had it. He did say, we do business, right? And it makes a whole lot of sense to say we do business because if y'all want to feature me, my son, or anybody else in the game, dog, we do business. Y'all want to feature my logos in the game, our special uniforms, this, that, the other, we do business. Y'all about to sell this game everywhere, dog. Guess what? We do business. You scared? And, you know, I don't think they should have a problem with that. I think they should be running to Coach Prime to use his logos, his name, his likeness, his metaphors. Just imagine the career mode in the game, in this college football game, and in the career mode, you can be courted by these coaches who they're saying coaches are not going to be in the game. But they'll be missing a whole bag by not putting Coach Prime in the game or selected coaches in the game, like they're taking their like do an NIL deal with Coach Prime. Let him Let him promote the game. Put him on the cover. Feature him in the game. Feature him in career mode. Feature him in another mode, which is a whole separate deal from him being a coach in the game. He's still Coach Prime. He has to be in the game somehow. What about his shoes in the game? What would the game be? Would that'll take the game from here to a whole nother level if you can feature the Nike shoes in the game where players can opt to wear the Coach Prime shoes. Man, you talking about a whole nother level of business. This college football is all business now, which is why we are doing our recruiting biz with Coach Big Dog, with Big Dog and Coach Riz because of that situation right there. Simple. It's all business, dog. Let me see what New Legacy Martial Arts Academy said. EA Sports is ripping the athletes off just giving $600 in the video game. I would sign for that. Leave me off unless your royalties in check for a lifetime of the game. You can negotiate all you want. If you got some value like these guys have, I'm sure they can negotiate something. But I think with the whole deal, we got $900 from the games that we were on like 3 seasons back in the day when they did the settlement. So I don't know. For a player who probably won't even be playing anyway, I'll take the $600 in the game. I'm going to be on the sideline, coach. I'm not going to play. I'm a third streamer. But if I'm a player with some NIL value like these guys, I'm negotiating. Pay me the $600. I'll opt in, but now let's negotiate for me to promote the game or for you to have my likeness in the game. You want to have me wearing my S2 wristband? You want to have me doing the Shedeur in the game? Oh, that'll be come on, dog. It's all business though, I think. At the end of the day, it's all business. And what these guys are doing by opting in at these certain points is just reverting back to the big time situation that they're in right now. Shedeur Sanders, ShiloSanders, Travis Hunter, you guys seen them on the commercial that came out today. The KFC commercial, right? We seen them on that commercial today. I'll tell you what went on today, right? Colorado Shedeur Sanders and ShiloSanders and Travis Hunter star in NIL deal for KFC. The fast food chain launched a new social media advertisement with Shedeur and ShiloSanders and Travis Hunter. This happened today, which is Thursday. KFC has previously worked with the Sanders family to promote its fill-up box, chicken nuggets, and hot and spicy wings. You all saw that commercial featuring Coach Prime and the whole fam. Now, the Sanders brothers are marketing the company's new Smashed Bowl. Hunter is also included in the campaign. His first time working with KFC. I think I saw him do something on his live stream also. But this is described in the ad as a perfect snack after practice. Boom. Great, catchy. I love it. Right on time. They're doing it after practice with their I Believe shirts on. They blurred out the CU logo on it, but they still, you know where they're at. You know what they're doing, and you know what's going on, right? They're eating KFC in the weight room right after practice, letting them know that this is the perfect snack after practice. The bowl includes mashed potatoes with fries, cheese sauce, bacon crumbles, and a 3-cheese blend. Sounds good. The trio signed NIL deals to work with KFC, all repped by Smack Entertainment and Constance Swartz Marini. Shouts out to Miss Constance, Mama Constance, Auntie Constance, the boss lady, whatever you want to call her. The Colorado Stars have a wide swath of endorsement deals, thanks, of course, to Smack ENT and Miss Constance Swartz Marini, CSM, I'll call her. All right. The relationship with KFC goes back to Coach Prime, of course, Deion Sanders. The Colorado head coach starred in a commercial for the company this past fall with his family. The former Florida State and NFL star turned college football coach also has partnerships with Aflac and California almonds. Yes, indeed, the one and only Coach Prime doing it as he and him and them can only do, dog. Must be the money. Dig it, dig it, dig it. Right? So Colorado right now is ready for year 2 of Coach Prime, of course, along with Shedeur Sanders and ShiloSanders, Travis Hunter. They're continued to find NIL success. All three were key players on the field for the Buffs in 2023. Each has a massive following on their social media and a massive brands primed for NIL era. They're perfect for it. Shedeur, of course, has been cashing in on NIL since 2021. He signed with Gatorade back when he was at Jackson State. He launched his own barbecue sauce back when he was at Jackson State. He's been tabbed as the Brady brand's long-term ambassador and promoted Mercedes-Benz. That's big two right there. SS2, the one and only. His on-3 NIL valuation of $4.7 million is at the top of the rankings for the college football on-3 ranking system, and is number 2 on the on-3 NIL 100, the first of its kind. And that's what they do. They rank for the top evaluated college athletes and high school athletes in their NIL evaluation. SS2, as we call them, Shiggity Shedeur Sanders has also worked with brands like Google, Tops, Urban Outfitters, Actively Black, and Wendy's. His brother Shilo, who has also worked with Actively Black and other brands, his NIL evaluation or valuation is at $1.1 million. The valuation ranks in the top 15 of college football. He has more than 1.3 million followers and signed a long-term deal with the apparel brand Actively Black, as we mentioned earlier, last October. He's also opted in to the EA Sports College Football 2025 video game. And we get to the Uber athlete, Travis Hunter himself, who has found similar success. His social media following now sits at more than 2 million. Beyond Instagram, X, and TikTok, however, he's built a major YouTube channel with more than 289,000 subscribers. Past the YouTube success, Hunter has long-term contracts with Michael Strahan brand, Actively Black also, and the Next Trend brand. He's tapped into his fishing hobby through NIL, inking deals with Waterland Company, Cash King, and Gary Yamamoto's Custom Baits. Gary Yamamoto's Custom Baits. Shouts out to Gary Yamamoto. The wide receiver and defensive back also signed deals with EA Sports College Football 25 to promote the game. Hunter has a $2.3 million on-3 NIL valuation. That's number 3 in college football and number 6 on the NIL 100. About the NIL 100 evaluation from On3, it is calculated by combining roster value and personal NIL value. Roster value is the value an athlete has by being a member of his or her team at his or her school, which factors into the role of NIL collectives. NIL in an athlete's name image, and likeness, and the value it could bring to regional and national brands outside the scope of NIL collectives. That's the news. And that's what it is, what it ain't, and what it's going to be. What's up? What's up? Can you say it with me? These boys getting money out there, dog. It was hard for your boy to buy a hot dog in college. I used to go take books back and sell them and be happy to get that cheese. You know what I mean? Run it up, too. Congratulations to Shilo, Shedeur, and Travis for getting that bread, dog. Continue to get it. Much success. And I love that commercial that they did. Just kind of looked like it was just an organic pitch, like social media style commercial. Taking a page, I think KFC took from seeing what Kanye West did with that Super Bowl commercial and realized, hey, dog, we might not need to, we might need to start shooting commercials like they're doing social media now. Doesn't that make sense? Film the commercial and make it look like a social media post or just something, because shoot, the social media posts are getting all the looks and all the views. And if it was something wrong with it, wouldn't somebody be like, I don't want to see this anymore? Because they still watching it, social media post or not, or not. They're still looking at it. All right. So that's what it is, man. These boys out there getting that money, money, money all the time. Take that. Now we're going to go to Colorado Buffaloes 2024 official roster. Make sure, before I do that, make sure you guys know about the shows coming up next week. Monday, we have Buffum Updates. Get ready for that with myself and Adam, the Cheese Cat Monster Tiger. Also, Tuesday, we have Dog and Dave with my guy, David Talks Buffs. That's going to be Tuesday. And then also we have Wednesday, we got Recruiting Biz with Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz. And then Thursday, we got the Big Dog Chico show. Then look for Prime Parents to come following that. And then tomorrow, we have exclusive interview with Coach Devin Rispis, Coach Riz, on the show tomorrow. So, having said that, we're looking at now the Colorado Buffaloes football roster as of right now. All right, I can add that here. We'll go there. So the football roster as of now looks, pretty much the same with the subtractions, I would say, of the guys who's entered the transfer portal. But for your sake, you get me to go through this thing with you guys and I guess to read off the players' names and go from there. Let me know any questions y'all have. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the comments right quick, and also some super chats. And I got some questions I have starred that I have to answer. All right. So let's see here. I see a KFC question coming in from Stankmouth, Crypto Charlie. Mia said that's exploitation. We'll get to that one. New Legacy Martial Arts Academy say, Big Dog Chico, I got a young lady named Zara Price. She just won second basketball 100. How can I link her with Colorado's winning basketball for a visit? Okay. We'll talk about that. That'll be perfect. Your question is perfect for the recruiting show, our recruiting biz show with Coach Riz. So I'll get to that question also. Hey, I'm gonna have to get me some KFC bowl. It's on the 349. That KFC bowl is on the 349. 349. All right, so here's the roster for the team this year. Number 1, Camarnie McClain out of Lakeland, Florida. 6'2", 165. They have him listed as. Shedeur Sanders, number 2, quarterback, senior. 6'2", 215 out of Dallas, Texas. Camarnie is a cornerback and a sophomore. Number 3, Omarion Cooper, cornerback, senior, 6 feet, 190 pounds. Make sure you guys are seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Yep. All right. Then we have number 3 on offense, Dylan Edwards, running back, sophomore, 5'9", 170 pounds. Although I think he said he's at what did he say? He's at 180 on the Will Off Media or the Reach the People. I think he said he's at 180 now. So Dylan Edwards. Number 4, Travis J, senior safety, 6'2", 205 out of Greenville, Florida. Jimmy Horn Jr., number 5, wide receiver, senior, 5'10", 170 pounds out of Sanford, Florida. Number 7, Cameron Silman Craig, safety, senior, 5'10", 185 pounds, Birmingham, Alabama. Number 12, wait, rewind. So we don't have listed right now, we don't have a number 8, a number 9, a number 10, or a number 11. All good numbers that I'm expecting someone to wear this year unless they are designated as retired numbers. You know, let me know if y'all know about that. The roster as of today. Yes, as of today. What is the price of that bowl in Hawaii? Probably $4.99, $5.99, something like that. Straight up, I'm sure it's not $3.49 though, or they'll be all bought up right now. Everybody be buying them things. They $3.49, bro. $3.49. I'm going to hit them. Shouts out to brother Poons if you listening in right now out there. Where you at? Pearl City, ASI. You know what I mean? Shouts out to my dog and the whole fam. Oh, he is in the chat. Oh, now what is the price of that book? That is, I didn't even look at who made the comment. I just looked at the comment. But shout out to brother Poons, my dog. I wonder what that price is for real. You and me will be eating that them bowls up, brother. Brother Poons. We'll be eating up all them. 8 is retired for Sal. Okay. 8 is retired. I thought 8 was worn a couple years ago, though. Yeah, I thought 8 was, yeah. We'll get to it though. Anyways, because I will be on here talking about some food all night. Let me get back to the roster right quick though. All right. So those numbers are not there. Number 12, Travis Hunter. Then number 13, Caleb Mathis on offense, the wide receiver, sophomore, 5'9", 165 out of Arlington, Texas. Number 13. What are they going to do about this with Caleb wearing 13 and Seville listed at 13? Both of those guys are on the offensive side of the ball. So either they won't be able to be on the field at the same time, or somebody's going to have to change their number. And I can see Seville probably going from 13 to like 83 or something like that. You know, we'll see though. Number 14, Colton Allen, quarterback, 6'3", 205, sophomore out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado. And same thing with Amarion Miller, offensive side, same number, 14. Sophomore wide receiver, 6'2", 195 pounds out of Vivian, Louisiana. Baller. Mark Vassett, the punter, senior, 6'4", huge punter. And you got a lot of big punters coming out of Australia because, as he said, they grow up punting, playing the game of Australian football, not rugby, Australian football. Get it right. So he's a senior, 6'4", 225 pounds out of Melbourne, Australia. Number 16, Alejandro Mata, the place kicker. He's a junior, 5'9", 190 pounds out of Beaufort, Georgia. What do we do for ya? And then Ryan Staub wearing number 16, also the quarterback, redshirt freshman, 6'1", 200 pounds out of Stevenson Ranch, California. Home of the city of the Crips and the Bloods. 17 is Jace Feely. Place kicker, junior, 6 feet, 215 pounds. He's out of Gilbert, Arizona. Let me see here. Colton better choose another number. Mia said. While Oregon was seen took money on his birthday, was they still trying to recruit him? That was an old post. That was from when they was recruiting him during that same time. Sweet Caroline said, Caleb keeps 13. Race for the number. No, Caleb will beat Seville. Seville like 265 pounds. Why am I looking for number 10 on this roster? Right. Breedlove is out of there. Did we have a number 10 on offense last year? Oh, man, I'm going blank. Oh, yeah. Weaver was 10, right? But Breedlove on defense was 10. So who will wear number 10 this year? You got Chidozie Nwankwo, who wore number 10 at Houston. They're going to have to make a whole nother jersey, let that 10 be able to have that 10 to fit him and not Breedlove like last year. Whoever balls get the number, we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. All right, so we go from Feely to Isaiah Hart, who were number 17. He was a wide receiver. Now he's a DB, redshirt freshman, 5'10", 160 pounds, out of Hollywood, Florida. And another DB who went from wide receiver, should I say wide receiver turned DB, redshirt freshman, 6 feet, 175 pounds, out of Thomasville, Georgia. Number 18, Adam Hopkins. And also number 18. Now we got two number 18s on the defensive side with Hopkins and Slusher. Didn't Hopkins wear number 38 for a game last year just to dress out? I think so. Maybe he'll wear that number this year. Who knows? But we got Slusher at number 18, the senior safety, 6 feet, 195 pounds, formerly of the Arkansas Razorbacks. He's out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Miles Slusher. Also, number 20, Levante Bentley, inside linebacker, graduate transfer, 6 feet, 230 pounds. Started, I think it was 10 out of 12 games last year. Played in all of them. Birmingham, Alabama native. Shouts out to Levante in his last go round, just like ShiloSanders, who's wearing number 21. He's a 6 feet, 195-pound safety out of Canton, Texas, aka Dallas, Texas. Get it right. Whichever one. DeMore Kennedy, number 22, inside linebacker senior, 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Theodore, Alabama. The former Alabama Crimson Tider. All right. And then we go to another number 22, this time on the offensive side of the ball. It's going to be my main man, like Martin used to say, or Kid Pre used to say back in the day on Def Jam for Martin Lawrence. Give it up for my main man. Number 22, Alton McCaskill, the running backs, sophomore. Damn, he's listed as a sophomore only because of that season last year where he was hurt. In his freshman season, he played and put up 16 touchdowns. Now this year, it's only a sophomore? Goodness gracious. And he looking to dip out after a great season this year, he said. But 6'1", 200 pounds, out of Conroe, Texas, by way of Wichita, Kansas, and University of Houston. Galvin Cold, he's still wearing that number 23, quarterback, 6'6", 215 pounds, out of Spencer, North Carolina. Carter Stottmeyer, former cornerback, number 23, moving to safety now, 5'11". No, if Carter Stottmeyer 5'11", then I'm 7 feet tall, dog. 5'11", where? I'm gonna say Carter, and then they got my dog Vito Tisdale listed at 6'1", and Stottmeyer is listed at 5'11". Man, come on now. If Stottmeyer is shorter than Tisdale, then maybe I'm tripping. Am I tripping? Maybe I'm tripping. But I would say Stottmeyer is probably 5'11", or 6'1", 6'2", and Tisdale might be closer to 5'11", 6 feet. You know, I don't think he ain't 5'11" though. He probably like 6 feet, but he's not. I don't think he's taller than Carter Stottmeyer. That's just me. I might be wrong, but that's just me. All right, but Stottmeyer, he's at safety now. 5'11", sophomore, 205, out of Plano, Texas. And then Vito Tisdale, number 26. He's a safety, junior, 6'1", 195 pounds, out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Then you go to the cornerback position, number 27, Amir Robinson, redshirt freshman, 5'9", 170 pounds, out of Seattle, Washington. Looking to make an impact this year, along with the junior safety, Ben Finisef, number 28, 6'2", 205, out of Durango, Colorado. Move on to number 28 on the offensive side, Asad Wasim, redshirt freshman, 5'11", 175 pounds, out of Apopka, Florida. Asad Wasim. Chris Henry Jr. transferred to Mater Dei. He cold-blooded too. Shouts out to Pac-Man Jones. You know they'd be boosting the heights on the roster. I thought Carter was taller. Me too. I'm telling you. The backup QB is one of the twins, right? Yeah. Wade. I'll get to him in a second. Yeah, Zay was 10. Caleb is underrated. Whoever balls get the number. Yep. We got more questions. I'll make sure I start so I can get to once I get done with the roster. So get your questions in right now. Number 28, Asad Wasim on offense. Number 30, Brandon Keith, quarterback, sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds, out of Broomfield, Colorado, right down the road from Boulder. Number 31, Jaden Milliner Jones, safety, sophomore, 5'11", 195, DeSoto, Texas. Number 32, Kofi Taylor Barracks, the London linebacker, inside redshirt freshman, 6'3", 220 pounds, from London, England. What's up, bruv? Number 35, Brandon Miller, safety, redshirt freshman, 6 feet, 195, out of Littleton, Colorado. Number 35, Antonio Prasadas, tight end, redshirt freshman, 6'5", 225, Carmel, California. Then we got the battering ram, the road warrior, Savion like Le'Veon, number 36, Savion Wilkerson, the running back junior. He's only a junior. Yes, Savion got another year. 5'9", 210, out of Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, what a rush for the road warrior. Number 37, Morgan Pearson. He's listed as the inside linebacker, but based off the video, he's going to be moving to tight end. And based off the word that I got, he's moved there because of his route running ability, his pass catching, and his explosiveness shown on the film from high school, to where he could be a slot / tight end receiver for the Buffs. 6'1", 225, out of Ardmore, Oklahoma. Number 38, Brandon Gant, inside linebacker, grad transfer, 6'2", 200 pounds, out of Lakeland, Florida, where a lot of ballers are from. Shouts out to Polk County. Number 38, Jacob Polite. They have him still on here as a snapper, but he's officially in the transfer portal from Lubbock, Texas. Number 39, Austin Dalk, safety, junior, 6'1", 195, Edgar, Wisconsin. Excuse me. Number 40, Tajay McCoy, outside linebacker, pass rusher, sophomore, 6'3", 230 pounds, out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Number 41, Kyrie Mans, outside linebacker, senior, 6'3", 230 pounds, out of New Rochelle, New York. New York. We get to the O-lineman in a second. Number 42, Jeremiah Brown, outside linebacker, senior. Jeremiah is 6'2", 225 pounds, out of Carabel, Florida. Number 43, Trevor Woods, linebacker, senior, 6'2", 205, Katy, Texas. I think he's around 220 pounds right now. Charlie Offerdahl, number 44, running back, junior, 5'11", 185, Littleton, Colorado. Number 46, Israel Solomon, the cornerback, redshirt freshman, 6 feet, 180, out of Dallas, Texas. Number 47, Gavin Marsh, wide receiver, redshirt freshman, 6 feet, 170, Chesterfield, Missouri. Number 47, Cameron Warchuk, the snapper, junior, 6 feet, 245, Norco, California. Number 48, Christian Serum, running back, sophomore, 6'2", 210, out of Carlsbad, California. Number 50, J.J. Hawkins, defensive end, junior, 6'2", 260 pounds, Miami, Florida. Number 50, Jack Wiltie is in the transfer portal. I wonder why they're saying this is an updated roster when they still have some other guys on this list that has already entered the transfer portal. Let me know if you know. New Legacy Martial Arts Academy said Colorado needs some Samoan or Pacific Islander linebackers. They had a kid from Arizona that's sitting in the portal for a while, 4-star, nobody look at him. Exactly. Need a lot of poly kids. There are a lot of kids from whether it's Samoan, Tongan, Fijian, whatever. They need some on all rosters in college football, especially any that doesn't have any kids. How can you not have any Samoan kids, any Polynesian kids on your roster, especially in these times of football right now? You know? But Coach Prime is, like he said, 100% happy with what they have put together so far on his staff and on the roster. But I'm sure they're looking to always make improvements as we see guys transfer out. We'll see more guys transfer in, and maybe they'll take a look at some of the Pacific Islanders from out here and on the West Coast. All right, back to the roster that's officially been posted on the website. Number 51, Big Isaiah Jada, offensive tackle, senior, 6'6", 300 pounds, out of San Diego, California. Shouts out to the 619. Big Chaz Wallace, number 52, Jamaican, defensive line, senior, 6'2". I think he's 310 now, as he put on there. He's out of Maryland. Number 53, Arden Walker, the legacy buff, the hometown buff out of Denver, Colorado, 6'2", 255 pounds, a junior defensive end. Then you have Bo Simmons Lapina, number 54, inside linebacker, redshirt freshman, 6'1", 225 pounds, out of Commerce City, Colorado. Then the big fella, the scholar athlete, Tyler Brown, offensive guard / center, number 56, junior, 6'3", 310 pounds, out of Jackson, Mississippi. Number 57, David Connor, offensive tackle, sophomore, 6'5", listed, but he's 6'6", he says, 295 pounds, out of Atlanta, Georgia. Number 57, Victory Johnson, inside linebacker, sophomore, 6'4". That's a tall linebacker like Brian Urlacher was back in the day. 235 pounds, San Diego, California. Then you got the big, strong, young fella, sophomore, 6'3", 285 pounds, out of Inglewood, Colorado. The center, number 58, Hank Zelenskis. Tristan Murios, number 59, outside linebacker, senior, 6'6", 210, St. Bruno, Quebec, Canada. Jack Bailey is out of there, number 72, Ben Resnick, offensive tackle, junior, 6'6", 295 pounds, out of Deerfield, Illinois. As we enter the offensive linemen, of course, they don't have, well, I think they're at the bottom of the roster. Some guys don't have numbers listed, so we'll get to those in a second. Number 76, Big Jack Seavall, offensive tackle, junior, 6'7", 285 pounds, out of Centennial, Colorado. Number 77, Kareem Harden, offensive tackle. They have him listed as, but he played a lot of guard last year. Junior, 6'5", 315 pounds, out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Number 78, Savion Washington, offensive tackle, grad transfer, 6'8", 320 pounds, out of Akron, Ohio. Came over from Kent State. Number 79, Camden Dempsey, who Coach Prime said will be a definite politician one day. A snapper, junior, 6'2", 255 pounds, out of Lakewood, always up to no good, Colorado. Then we have number 80, Jordan Onovoge, wide receiver, redshirt freshman, 6'2", very strong, 200-pounder, out of Santa Ana, California. Then you have number 87, Kendall Stewart, wide receiver, redshirt freshman, 5'10", 175, out of Richmond, Texas. Then you have the talented redshirt freshman wide receiver out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, 6'3", 180 pounds, Jacob Page, number 85. Number 86, Brady Kopetz, tight end, sophomore, 6'4", 240 pounds, out of Portland, Oregon. Number 88, Amari McNeil, defensive tackle, defensive lineman, junior, out of Sewanee, Georgia, Atlanta, 6'4", 295 pounds, super strong, fast, nice hands and feet for that defensive tackle. Look for him to make some noise this year. Really, really make an impact this year. Number 89, tight end, Louis Passarello, junior, 6'5", 250, out of Palo Alto, California. Still have Bishop listed on the roster, even though, like I said, they have others listed on here too. But even though, like I reported earlier, that it's been reported to me that he is not and will not be a part of the Colorado Buffaloes coming up. That's unfortunate, but I do think we'll see Bishop on somebody's roster coming up this season. Number 96, the long snapper, Gabe Landers, sophomore, 5'11", 205, out of Olive Branch, Mississippi, came over from University of Miami, right? Number 98, Cristiano Palazzo, place kicker, junior, 5'9", 185, out of Littleton, Colorado. Number 98, Jacob Woda, outside linebacker, redshirt freshman, 6'2", 230 pounds, out of Heartland, Wisconsin. Then you have number 99, Shane Coates, the defensive lineman graduate, 6'3", 275. I think he's 285 now, out of Dayton, Ohio. Then you have the guys that don't have any numbers signed yet. Taggart Barden, the wide receiver, sophomore. And Quinn Barnes, transferred from Alabama, from Robert E. Lee High School, Montgomery, Alabama, 6'5", 315 pounds. Junior Khalil Benson, offensive lineman, junior, 6'6", 305, out of Webb, Mississippi, South Haven, to be exact. Eric Brantley, defensive end, freshman, 6 feet, 235 pounds, out of Valdosta, Georgia. Tarion Carter, the transfer from Arkansas, defensive tackle, senior, 6'3", about 310 pounds, Mansville, Texas. Then the freshman offensive lineman, Cash Money Cleveland, my little cousin out of IMG Academy. Shouts out to him. Ronald Coleman, wide receiver, freshman. Brandon Davis Swan out of the Detroit, West Bloomfield, 6'4", 260-pound freshman, has a chance to get on the field as a freshman defensive lineman. Preston Hodge, who I'm really excited about, cornerback, senior, 6 feet, 195 pounds, out of Waxahachie, Texas. He's looking to get on that field early this year. Philip Houston, offensive tackle, junior, 6'5", 250 pounds, out of McKinney, Texas. Tyler Johnson from Houston. Philip Houston came over from Florida Atlantic. Then Tyler Johnson came over from the University of Houston as a graduate. Offensive lineman, 6'5", 325 pounds. Oak Ridge, Houston, Texas. Justin Mayers, offensive lineman, senior, 6'4", 320 pounds, Frisco, Texas. DJ McKinney, another talented cornerback, out of Oklahoma State, Colleyville, Texas, his hometown. Sophomore, 6'2", 190 pounds, great size at the cornerback position for him. Chamon Maytayer, tight end, graduate out of Miami, Florida, North Miami High School, 6'5", 245 pounds. Chidozie Nwankwo, defensive tackle, senior, 5'11", 295 pounds, out of Houston. Samuel Okunlola, defensive end, sophomore, 6'4", 250 pounds, out of Brockton, Massachusetts. Jordan Seaton, offensive tackle, freshman, super freshman, 6'5", 290 pounds, out of Washington, D.C. by way of IMG Academy out in Bradenton, Florida. Herman Smith, could be a linebacker this year. He's a senior coming up, listed as a safety, could be in that Trevor Woods position. A thumper came over from Jackson State by way of Idaho State, San Diego native. Walter Taylor, the quarterback, sophomore, 6'5", 235 pounds, Jackson, Alabama, formerly of Vanderbilt. Terrell Timmons Jr., I think NC State, wide receiver, junior, 6'2", Greensboro, North Carolina. Destin Wade, the quarterback, sophomore, 6'3", 225 pounds, Spring Hill, Tennessee, came over from Kentucky, along with his brother Keaton Wade, outside linebacker, junior, 6'4", 245, 250 pounds, out of Spring Hill, Tennessee. And then a big fella who I'm also excited about, Yakiri Walker, reminds me a lot of the newly retired Jason Kelsey, who's known for getting up to that second level, being a super fast center, formerly running back, came into Cincinnati as a walk-on running back, as it's been reported. But Yakiri Walker is a fast center, 6'2", 275 pounds, out of Dallas, Texas, DeSoto High School. Nathaniel, I ain't talking about Nate Dogg, but I bet you they called him Nate Dogg. R.I.P. to Nate Dogg. He's there. He will be the safety, sophomore. And then also Nikhil Webb Walker. Jamaican, what's up, brethren? He was on the show also. Check out his exclusive interview. Outside linebacker, sophomore, 6'6", 275 pounds, out of Trelawney, Jamaica. Yes, indeed. I think, gosh, I forgot the school. What was the school? New Mexico State, where my dog came from, right? Michael Welch, the super stacked running back, freshman, 5'9", 205 pounds, out of Milledgeville, Georgia, Baldwin County. Jalen Wester, inside linebacker, the brother of LaJonte Wester. Both of those guys are coming over from Palmetto, Florida, down there at Florida Atlantic, right? Or Florida International, one of those. It doesn't have it listed here. That's why I'm saying it. But he's a junior. The inside linebacker, Jalen Wester, is 6 feet, 205. And then his brother, LaJonte Wester, is a senior, 5'11", 170 pounds. Then you have a big catch right here. Quincy Wiggins, defensive end, sophomore, 6'5", 270 from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, formerly of LSU. So that is the roster as of right now, according to MSN.com by way of the Colorado Buffaloes website and so on. Let me know what you're tinking and what you're tinking and what you're taught. We need some Troy Polamalu looking guys, Sweet Caroline said. Definitely need some Usos out there on the squad. Much love to them. And you guys in the chat, I got to get to some of these questions. Also, already been on an hour, so I'll make sure I get to some of y'all questions before we have to get up out of here. What was this right here? Let me see. Happy feelings. Let me see. All right. So, yeah, let me get to some of these questions right now on the Big Dog Chico show that you're tuned in to once again. And the questions that I had started from earlier are right here. Chico, we already know our strength of the team. Can you discuss a few of our weak areas? Not the days of the week, but weak as in strength areas. And what can we do to improve? Weak areas. I wouldn't say right now the roster, anywhere on a roster is weak. I would say there are some areas we would, and that could be every area we would like to improve, but probably an area that hasn't been attacked a lot so far in the transfer portal and in the signing period, as much as the other positions, will probably be positions that coaches feel most comfortable at for whatever reason. So I would say that would probably be, but not to say that there aren't changes that's coming, because we still have after the spring to deal with these issues. So that could be, and I don't want to name nobody position, because they'll, if I say this position, they're gonna say, "Oh, you thinking that I'm not good enough?" No. We're just talking about the depth, overall depth. I like it across the board, but there are some positions that needs to improve, and I think that'll be addressed after the spring. I don't want to put it out there right now. I don't want to say that right now. Just look for the spring to see the improvements that's going to come on this squad and where they come at. All right, that's what I'll say. How about that? Is that an answer? Or if that's not an answer, get on me then. Get on me in the comments, in the chat. I don't think Kamani is going to start. I think McKinney is going to be opposite of 12. What do you think? Man, that's going to be a tough matchup opposite of 12. So you got Kamani, you got Cooper, you got McKinney, then you got Hart, who came over. Still got the young guys who will be competing at that position. So those four, though, will be at the top of the list, I would think. And one of those guys will have to also play same side as Travis, so back up to Travis. Cooper is very experienced. McKinney has the size and explosiveness and the production last year. Same thing you could say with Hart coming from Liberty. So it's going to be a battle. I think whoever make the most plays in the spring, that's what's going to happen. And with Kamani maturing, he could feel right into that role and say, "Man, it's mine to keep." And he could step up and take it. We'll see what happens. We need another tackle at right tackle. I watched Benson film and wasn't impressed. All right. Well, we'll see what happens. You saying you didn't like it. I watched it, and I understand why we picked him up, and in the right system, in the right same type of play calls that he excelled at. You got to look at those things too. What are the plays that he gave up those pressures on? What type of plays were these? Did the quarterback hold on to the ball too long? Was this a play action? What type of play was this? Did he give up those negative plays in your head? You have to ask yourself those questions, in my opinion. What's the word with David Connor? I thought he was in competition, or at least playing time depth. I think he is. I think he'll be competing at left or right tackle to play, whichever one I think he feels, because I think he could be equally as good at either position, right? So whichever one I feel, I think he feels that he can get on the field first or might be the less competition is where I would go. If I'm a offensive tackle like Connor, who can play left or right tackle, right? And we have Jordan Seaton in there. You got Benson in there. You got Savion Washington in there. You might hear some chatter of somebody might be transferring out, might be dealing with an injury, uh, might be this. You might see this guy might not be that focused. I'm going to go from here to there. So based off of where he lines up at or where the coaches put him at, I think is where he think he's going to have the best chance to play. That's going to be either left tackle or right tackle for Big David Connor. We'll see how that pans out. Travis can take that KFC home and finally get a good home cooked meal because, come on, dog. That's exploitation. How did I click on that anyway? Big Dog Chico, I got a young lady named Zara Price. She just won second basketball title from Huntsville, Alabama. How can I link her with Colorado women's basketball for a visit and get look at she a baller? Also, there's another baller who scored 3,000 points in his career down in Keith High School in Orville, Alabama. Shouts out to Tommy Tisdale III. He's a baller, averaging over 30, I think. But it's hard to get scholarships because of for whatever reason, right? Either transfer portal or just small school or whatever. So, with that being said, let me see if I can pull this up. Also, I don't even know if I saved it, but with that being said, recruits, anybody in recruits in any sports, any questions that you have, make sure y'all tune in tomorrow with myself and Coach Riz, and also be tuned into the new show that we have, Recruiting Biz, Big Dog Chico and Coach Riz, that will be popping off next week Wednesday, where we will be answering all type of questions like this and letting y'all know what you can do, what you need to do, what you should do. As a matter of fact, let me see the topics for next week that we'll be covering. Will be the questions will be what do recruiters want to see from on highlight films, 7-on-7 summer travel, or should you train with your high school team? Does playing multiple sports help you with being recruited? If you're not being recruited, here's what to do next. And that's what we're going to be covering. I think that falls right into your question of what do you do next? She's done all the work. She's a baller. What can we do next to get on the eyes of these programs and decision makers to get scholarships? And that's exactly what we shall be talking about. So y'all stay tuned for that with myself and Coach Riz, Coach Devin Rispris, the new offensive assistant director of player personnel for the Colorado Buffaloes. Now, all right, I hear the vacuum cleaner going outside for some reason. So let me get to some of these questions right quick. What time tomorrow, Chico? That'll be 1 p.m. my time. So that's 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Check that out tomorrow. Tune in. We will be going live. I know it's a little bit later right now. Oh, now Big LT up in here. Smoke Andretti up in here. Yes, indeed. Coach Riz is going to be a great interview. Yep, and we will be doing this weekly with Coach Riz. Big LT just watching Chico and craving chicken wings, right? KFC. Excluding Mata kicker. Oh, saying we need a new kicker. Excluding Mata. I honestly think the you know what I've been saying this whole time, the position or the place that I would like to add. Well, I would say this. And it's only because this is my philosophy as a football player and a coach and an evaluator and a scout or general manager or whatever. I love to have and I need to have big time rotation on the defensive line. So I can never have too many big bodies and big guys who get off the bus first and who look good, who make your football team look like a football team when they walk in somewhere. You know right away when these 5 guys walk in, this is a football team. It's not basketball. It's not hockey. It's not something else. It's not any confusion that this is a football team when these guys walk in. So on that defensive line, I would love to see more additions of 6'5", 320, 6'3", 320, 6'4", 320 type guys. We have the athletic ones, and we have a couple of ones who fit that those measurables, like Anquan Barnes. You know, he fits the measure, 6'1" or 6'3". I think they have him listed as what, 6'3", 315. Well, actually 6'5", 315. So if we can get these, a few more of those big one. I mean, give me the dreads too. You know, give me those guys to get off the bus first. That's hard to move in that middle. That's who I want, and that's who I want to keep rotating. Just like Jermaine King saying, right? Yep, got to keep them rotating and keep them fresh. That's who I want, and that's what I would add at all times. No matter how many I have, I would still want to have more on that offensive line. And the same thing, concept, philosophy on the offensive line. Good evening, fans. Hello, Chico. Mama T waving. Mama T, oh now. Shouts out to you. I appreciate you checking in. Thank you for joining us. We're live and in effect. We're talking about Colorado football as usual. Aha, long dreads. Yes, I want the dreads too, dog. They don't have to be long, but just give me some dreads. Or give me some Usos. Give me some Usos who naturally 320 and move like they 220. You know, give me some big Usos out there who ready to take on some blocks and stuff like that, who's not afraid to play up that middle. Coach Riz is who we need to mention the Samoan players. So y'all come on tomorrow and make sure y'all mention that. Come on tomorrow and make sure you mention to Coach Riz what y'all think that we need to be adding, what y'all think he need to be focused on. I think he's Florida, South Georgia, Alabama based recruiter who really has ties down there, and that's what it takes. And you know, with myself connecting with him, and you know, you guys coming in to talk about what we can be adding. You know, yes, I would definitely be talking about some of the guys from out here, because there are a bunch of guys out here who are really ballers from the schools out here, from St. Louis High School, from Kahuku High School, from Mililani High School, from you name them. I'm forgetting some of them who I want to name. Punahou, who I want to name. You name them. Brother Poons, help me out. You name it. It's a bunch of ballers out here who can really play, who needs to be on some D1 scholarships right now. And look at this super chat just came through from Mama Tia, who always take care of her guy, the one and only Big Dog Chico. Headed to work. Keep the faith, Chico. Will do. Salute, double salute, and love given to Mama Tia for the super chat of $50 right there. Thank you so much. That's humongous. That's big. Rosecrans said, my cousin had a scholarship offer from Morgan State. He wanted to weigh his option. Then last month they told him he didn't have any spots left. They can, yeah, they can do that. Can they do that? Yes, they can do that. That's just like somebody saying, hey, you want to go out on a date? And then you say, I don't know. Let me go check and see if somebody else want to take me out. And then you come back to them like, hey, that date's still available. You like, and they're like, no, you can't get mad. They're like, no, I asked you out, and you say you wanted to mull about it. You wanted to, it's just like being on Shark Tank. You know, you can see if the other sharks are going to offer you a deal, but you got a deal on the table right now from a shark. What you want to do? So, you know, some schools would definitely do that. They'll pull them scholarship faster than they offer them. So, you know, it just depends on the player. But usually, if one come, others shall follow. We shall see. Yeah, shout out Mama Tia for the super chat, y'all. Y'all show love to Mama Tia for the super chat. Or the Cash App, whatever it is. Y'all actually what the Cash App is. My Cash App is still the same. Speed Hustle TV. That's my Cash App. Been my Cash App since I was doing Speed Hustle promotions. So I kept it as the same, Speed Hustle TV. I appreciate all the donations or whatever it is. And so on. Bloodline members. I'm not sure. Maybe they're talking about legacy players like Arden Walker is. His dad played also. The transfer portal is making it harder for players coming out of high school. It really is in all sports. It really is making it harder for players coming out of high school to get real scholarship offers that they're looking for as a high school player. So a lot of them have to go to smaller schools and then get into the transfer portal. And that's where the big schools pick them up from. Times have changed. Times have definitely changed on us to where things are different with recruiting off the top right now. So, yes, indeed. We went over some news today for everybody just tuning in or haven't been here this whole time. But we had news today, of course. We talked about ShiloSanders opting into EA Sports College Football 25 and the NIL deal that it takes for some of the guys to opt into the game and to be promoting the game. Shouts out to EA Sports for doing their thing and doing that. Also, we talked about Shedeur Sanders and ShiloSanders, along with Travis Hunter, multi-million dollar, even though it says multi-million dollar NIL success, multi-million dollar NIL success they've been having with all the deals. In the recent one with KFC that they just posted on social media, with them eating that what do you call it, the perfect after practice meal with the bowl that they have, Shilo and them, perfect after practice meal for ShiloSanders. The fill up box that they had before, now they have the smashed bowl. Get smashed with the perfect snack after practice. Uh, endorsed by Shilo, Shedeur, and Travis. Get you some. Also, we just went over the roster. Check that out. And Big Jack Bailey has entered the transfer portal. Mia said, I want to hear Coach Riz about how the portal is affecting high school recruiting. That would be a great subject. I'll make sure I put that in there to talk about. Any other questions, y'all let me know. Deuce Bradwell, he went on his visit and everything. He was just skeptical because Morgan State is in a bad neighborhood and it's ghetto. I almost commented on that, but I won't. Rosecrans, you in California, so you probably never went out there and seen a lot of HBCU schools on the East Coast. It's different. Is different, but you know it can be done. Like, it's not all of them not in the hood, although shoot, think about it. There are some in the hood, but all of them not in the hood, and all of them not as bad as some people try to make it seem. You know, I think it's just based off what you have experienced and what you want to go through. You know, I came from the hood, so I said I didn't want to go to no hood type school in no regard. That's just me though. Everybody else, it might be something different. Deuce Brad would say, I'm a Morgan grad and I own a home across the street. Easky. See, you might be throwing rocks and hit somebody, man. I went to Shaw University, played football there. Okay, shout out to Shaw University, dog. All right. You ain't tell me you played ball, Rosecrans. Dang. My dog Bori, a.k.a. Corey. Said, where you from again? Who you talking about, me or Rosecrans? You talking about Rosecrans? Yes, indeed. So yeah, y'all get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all thinking. Leave a like, subscribe, and all the other good stuff, man. This has been another edition of the biggest, the BIGGDOGG Chico to the scene and place, to be Big Dog Chico show. Live and in effect. Y'all know how we do it, man. We coming off the top, off the side. Shouts out to the 85 South Show and all my 85 percenters out there. Shouts out to everybody who riding with Coach Prime. Shouts out to all the Big Dog gang out there who checking in from the East Coast to West Coast worldwide. Y'all know how we do it. From the Pineapple to the Big Apple, Compton, California, all the way down to Conyers, Georgia, to Selma, Alabama, to Miami, Florida, to Wisconsin. Y'all put y'all cities in the chat so I can give a shout out before we get up out of here. And everybody else, man. San Jose, California, you already know. Utah in the building. Oh, we got them coming in. Utah in the building. This is the biggest. All right. We logging in and logging off, man. The BIGGDOGG Chico to the C. I'm out of here. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for the other show.